The United States left Afghanistan, but certain security problems still persist there. Are you planning to establish any communication with the current government of Afghanistan? And what's your view about Uzbekistan's position regarding the country?
Well, of course, we do have contact with the Taliban, and we've had contact from since the takeover of Afghanistan by the Taliban. Other countries do as well. But what happened at that time was, among other things, the Taliban made certain commitments about how it would govern the country and engage with other countries. And at the same time, countries around the world made clear their expectations in a resolution of the United Nations Security Council, what it expected of the Taliban, including on protecting human rights, especially the rights of women and girls, including on having an inclusive governance with everyone brought in, not just the Taliban, including on freedom of movement for people to be able to go and come from Afghanistan as they wanted, and in acting against terrorism, against extremism, if it's wherever it's taking root in Afghanistan. And unfortunately, what we've seen ever since is movement in the opposite direction by the Taliban, not making good on any of those commitments. We have been the #1 provider of humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan because we don't want the people to suffer, and they are, but we've worked very hard to make sure that food, medicine, basic supplies were made available to them. The Taliban's made that more difficult by prohibiting women's participation in the delivery of humanitarian assistance. So in each of these areas, things have gotten worse, not better. If the Taliban expects to have more normal relations with other countries, including the United States, it knows what it has to do. It knows the expectations of the world. And I think countries like Uzbekistan, other Muslim-majority countries, do have a special role to play because their voice may be more meaningful, more important to the Taliban than ours or other countries. And so we appreciate and applaud the efforts that countries like Uzbekistan have made to communicate with the Taliban and to make clear what's expected if they're going to have a more normal relationship with other countries.